This is a review of the Audio-Technica AT-LP60X. Welcome to Russell Wright's Reviews. I have to tell you that this is from the perspective of somebody who has no idea what he's doing and has zero knowledge on turntables. So first, why did I choose the LP60X? So I did some reading on Reddit, and there somebody called it the best beginner turntable. So I thought, okay, I'm a beginner and it's not too expensive, so let's get it. And the good thing, they weren't lying. It is great for somebody who knows very little about turntables because it is very easy to use. Also, I am a bit biased towards Audio-Technica products. That headphone, that's the R70X from Audio-Technica. My in-ear monitors, this is the LS200, also from Audio-Technica. The mic I'm using, AT-2005, is also from Audio-Technica. They just work and they sound good. And this one does too. Okay, inspection time. Let me show you first why I think the LP60X is so easy to use, especially for a beginner like me. And I'm gonna lift this thing gingerly, very carefully. Okay, so this thing has two outputs. That's, I don't know if the camera can capture it, maybe not. But here there's a switch that you can toggle, so you can switch between phono and line output. So if you don't have a phono amplifier, you can just switch to line output and you can connect this to your amplifier. How do you do that? So you connect the turntable to your amplifier using this analog out here. And this, I don't know if you can see it, but that is a 3.5 millimeter jack. So once you have it hooked up to your amplifier, you can start spinning records by simply pressing start. That's how easy it is. Okay, so if you don't want to bother with all the cables and the connections, does it have Bluetooth connectivity? No. So I specifically chose the non-Bluetooth variant of the LP60X. Why? Well, that's because of the primary reason I got this, okay? And that is I want to learn how good analog audio is. You see, there are different reasons why people buy records. The first reason is my reason. Okay, it's purely analog, nothing digital. Second reason is you like to collect records. I mean, you enjoy the album art and to actually own the media. Look at this, for example. So this is the album Biotop from this band that I listen to called Jisoo. And let me just show you for comparison, okay? So this is definitely better than this, right? So this is the album art that we get on music streaming apps, right? So what is that? Album art for ants. So it's not, you can't compare with the blown up version of the album art, like, if you have a vinyl copy of the album. Third reason. So third reason is, and this is pretty shallow, it's retro, and it's what the cool kids are doing these days. So going back to Bluetooth, if you're getting into turntables because of reasons 2 and 3, okay, get a turntable with Bluetooth. So if you just want to collect album art, own the media and all that, and you just think it's retro and it's cool, fine, get a turntable with Bluetooth. But if your reason is to listen to purely analog audio, get a non-Bluetooth turntable. They are usually cheaper too. Okay, let's talk about what you really came here for: sound quality. So how does it sound? So since I don't have a lot of experience with turntables and vinyl in general, the only thing I could compare it to are, digital sources such as this. Now, just for lulz, okay, I tested the LP60X against the mighty uh, dongle connected to an iPhone. So the source is Apple Music set on the highest quality setting. After just a few seconds of listening, it's obvious. I can say with certainty that music sounds more alive and more natural with the LP60X. The highs and lows were where they should be. In comparison, music with the Apple dongle sounded dark and boomy compared to what I heard from here. So I think with the dongle, the treble sounded a bit subdued. But of course, for a real comparison, I also hooked up a MacBook to my speakers to test the Mac's onboard digital to analog converter against the LP60X. So what I found is the Mac's digital to analog converter performed very similarly to the dongle. It's bassy compared to the turntable, and it didn't quite match the treble detail that I heard from the LP60X. So I'm thinking maybe that's just the way Apple devices are tuned. But of course, there is another contender. So I connected an external digital to analog converter, the shit Modi, this one. So I connected this to my Mac, and I set the Mac's audio output to 24 bits, 192 kilohertz, the highest quality setting. And this time, with the digital music played through this, with this external DAC handling the conversion, I failed to hear any differences, and I tried very hard to. For reference, I used this album, Paul McCartney's Pipes of Peace, and I chose this because this album is available at high-res, lossless quality on Apple Music. I tried looking for Biotop, the album I showed you earlier on Apple Music, but they only have it on lossless version, not high-res lossless. So after volume matching the two sources, I couldn't hear any difference, either through speakers or through in-ear monitors or through headphones. So what did we learn from this little experiment? Well, digital lossless can match vinyl. I think everybody knows that. I think a lot of people are satisfied with CD quality audio, right? So it's just that to match the quality on vinyl, you have to, one, find high quality music files or high quality streaming service, or like what I mentioned, get a CD. And number two, get a decent digital to analog converter. So it requires some investment and some effort. Okay, so right now, and I printed this specifically for this video. Right now, the the LP60X is probably like this. Look what they have to do to mimic a fraction of our power. Okay, so you need two things, right? High quality source and a decent digital to analog converter. Okay, now with all that, you still have to consider that, okay, even if there is a difference with the sound quality, the differences are small, Like if I were switching sources every 3 seconds and listening to the same section of a song over and over, I wouldn't even perceive the difference. So to truly appreciate the quality of music from a turntable versus digital sources, you have to listen critically. And critical listening is like snow, It's fun, but only for the first 15 minutes, and then it becomes exhausting. But that's just me. Okay? And again, I'm also speaking as as someone who has a budget turntable. Okay? If you go higher in the price brackets, I don't know, the performance could be, it should be better. Okay, so should you excuse me. Should you buy a turntable? Yeah, you should. Okay, that's an easy yes. In addition to feeling, in addition to the blessed feeling of knowing that you're listening to music in an uncompressed format, there's value in the whole vinyl experience, and I learned that from using the LP60X. So imagine selecting a record from your record holder, placing it on the turntable, hearing that pop when the needle lands on the record, then flipping the record after 20 minutes like that. It's there you go. It's an involved listening experience, and I imagine it's as fun as grinding your own coffee beans. I don't do that myself, but I do see the appeal. So I'm guessing that's kind of how that's like how it is, for other people. So that's the only kind of experience I can compare it to, I guess. Plus, yeah, like what I mentioned, the album art. I mean, look at this. That's not a thumbnail. So, if you want to get into vinyl, the LP60X is a good place to start. It's easy to use, it sounds great, it looks nice, and it's not expensive. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.